tuiste vir Afrikaanse stories agter die nuus.
Good evening. Welcome to Nuuspod, and tonight we have an English interview with the very, very well-known Solly Moeng. He's a political commentator of sorts. He's a businessman, very successful, and he's an advocate for justice. If you follow him on Facebook and on social media, he's always advocating for justice. It doesn't matter which way it goes, and for that reason, I'm talking to you tonight, Solly, on a channel that's normally mostly Afrikaans. But I wanted to get your view on this thing about kill the Boer, and I must tell you, I thought it was going to be a clear-cut thing. I was surprised about the verdict.
But before I even go there, I want to say I'm not a successful businessman. I'm a man on the run from people in South Africa who are making my life really, really hard. So I'm not a man on the. It's important that we get that right.
That's
But
what
look,
we'll tell
yeah,
you.
I was also disappointed in the verdict, and or the ruling, and I hope that it can be appealed because it doesn't make sense. I think in a country that is so hurt by all these tensions, and we had the Bell Pottinger before, we still have racial tensions that we thought were sorted out soon after the formal end of apartheid, the advent of the new democracy, and for a court today to say it's okay for one group of people to say kill the Boer or saying to kill the Boer, or I mean sometimes people say kiss the Boer. It's not true, and I see that people argued that it was the court ruled in favor of the EFF on the basis that this is a stone that makes part of South Africa's history. But then there's a confusion as to whether the court made a ruling on kiss the Boer or kill the Boer. Now, if it's kiss the Boer, as some people claim, there was no song called that went kiss the Boer during apartheid. So then it's already a false basis for defending the song, and it can be appealed. So it means that they gave the wrong argument. Nobody can claim that during apartheid people sang kiss the Boer because it's not true. But if it's indeed that the court has defended kill the Boer,
Yeah.
then maybe they should be okay when somebody else comes to say, let's go and kill the blacks. Why can you kill the Boer and not the blacks? You can't defend something like that because there are many people in South Africa who are simple-minded, whether we like it or not, who will take this thing literally and go and do what it says. The fact that nobody has killed, say, a farmer and said, yeah, I did it because of the song, it doesn't mean that probably somebody hasn't done it. There's still a lot of anger that is not placed on the ANC and the current government for all the things that are happening in South Africa. That anger continues to be based on apartheid, Afrikaans people, and a lot of times it's wrong. And a lot of the things that South Africa are going through, the pain that South Africa is going through today, it's not because of apartheid. Directly, it's because of the ANC.
Well, let me give you an example, and I'm sure you are pretty much aware of it. From both sides, I'm really surprised to see how many young white people they are racially negative. To put it
Right,
mildly,
right, right, right,
uh, they
right.
they can even get um, they can even get bad. But I also see with young black people, and they
Yeah.
should have reason for that.
Yeah, look. I'm really happy that you're saying that. We, I look at South Africa as a brand. It's a destination brand. It's a country brand. All brands need leaders who can hold them together. Mandela knew how to hold a brand as diverse as South Africa. We had just come in from apartheid. Racial tensions were really, really high. Mandela knew how to play the game that said, we are all together. We have to build this thing together. One day he said, I'm going to have coffee with Betsy Foods. Some people got angry, but he said, no, I have to. This is what I need to do. It's important for our country. When they wanted to get rid of the Springbok emblem, he said, no, why should we do that? The Springbok belongs to all of us. But now we don't have a leader like this anymore. We have to make every South African child, black, white, colored, Indian, Chinese, whatever, feel that this is their country and they can live in that country, realize their potential in that country, grow up, become successful, and contribute to the further growth of South Africa. But the minute you don't even have a leader at the top who's able to speak from moral high ground to say what's good and what's not good for the country, it's a problem. Then you're going to have we grew up as South Africans. We grew up in racial silos. So you got, and also because of the racial geographic stratification of South Africa, you had white areas, black areas, Indian areas, colored areas, etc. And what happens in those places? Chinese people grow up with Chinese, colored with colors, blacks with blacks, white with white, colored. So we don't know each other until we either meet at university or in a workplace. But in those silos, a lot of things that get said about the other that are not true, that are stereotypes, that just perpetuate the stereotypes. You know what I'm saying? And we need to grow out of those. We should have grown out of those stereotypes long ago. I cannot imagine a white Afrikaans or Boer child today listening to people saying, let's kill the Boer. It's not cool. If my child came home and said, Dad, I heard people saying we're going to kill the blacks or let's kill the blacks. Do you think I just sit there and do nothing? So I'm not surprised that if some Afrikaans children are so angry, they're prepared to take action, because this is what it's going to lead to if we don't have the kind of leadership in South Africa that says you can't be racist, you can't incite racism. It doesn't matter what you look for. And I don't care that this is a historic song. What does it mean? There are so many historic songs that bring us together in South Africa. Why this particular song? That song is only important to people who just want to perpetuate racial division and anger.
If you want to base it on the history, then of course you must have the old flag back, and
Yeah, exactly. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Exactly. Then we should allow, in the same way that we have a Black Lawyers Association, a Black Management Forum, we should have white or Afrikaans Management Forum. Why can't we have stuff? Why is it that it's okay for Black people to start racist stuff and white people can't do that? It's nonsense. This is not the country that we agreed to build at the top of our democracy. It has to stop. It really has. You can't expect other people not to be racist when you think it's okay for you that you have a God-given right to be racist. It cannot be right.
Solly, when we started in 1994, the dream, for me at least, but I believe you as well, and many other people, like-minded people, we
Right,
dreamt about a unified South Africa, and it doesn't have to be artificially unified, but
right.
that can talk to each other and live next to each other.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
somehow that dream is now far, far gone. And you
Well,
see you see the result in something like this court case. Where's the problem?
we need a leader in South Africa that can unite the people of South Africa, irrespective. You think that the problem with the current electoral system, for instance, is that we choose a political party. Hopefully that will change. It must change. And the political parties say, and the president, so far it's been the ANC that's been powerful. The president of the ANC also becomes the president of South Africa. But we all know that the president of the ANC, the position of president of the ANC in the current system is stronger than the president of South Africa, even though the president of South Africa is, the commander-in-chief of our joint armed forces and all that. That effect, the president of the ANC can fire the president of South Africa. So the president of South Africa has to constantly look at whether the party is happy with what he or she is doing
Yes.
or not. So he or she wakes up every morning. So far, it's been men. He wakes up every morning looking at whether he's going to wear his South African hat or his ANC hat. When he stands up in front of people, he doesn't know whether he's speaking for the ANC or for the country. But South Africa, the country, the diverse country, and will always be a diverse country, it needs a leader who's able to hold all of his people together, and the party must come second, not first. The ANC, look, this president even said, look, I'd rather be seen as a weak president of South Africa than be seen as a president under whom the ANC is going to break. It's wrong. These people, there's so much immaturity, so much lack of balance, so much lack of emotional intelligence and empathy in the leadership that we've had in South Africa after Mandela, that our people are afraid. People are being divided, and there's nobody who's able to say, stop, 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 stop. We belong together. You need to stop. That's right. That's not wrong. The court can I think that AfriForum must appeal this. It mustn't stop it. It must appeal it. I really think so. But I also think that most South Africans must come together and say, We might not agree with AfriForum on some things,
Mm.
but this one is a key thing for South Africa. We stand behind AfriForum because nobody must be allowed to sing a song that says "Let's kill the other." Because the things generally black people feel it's our turn. I mean, some general. Of course, there are good, awesome black people who are not happy with this ruling.
Mm.
But there are young black people also who are thinking, yeah, it's our turn. Why can't we sing this song? But some people who don't think further than their fingers or their shadows, they will go and act on this song. We need to have a moral authority, which we don't have in South Africa. To say, no, you can't do that, irrespective of what the court says. You can't do that. You don't do or not do something to people because the court said it. It's just wrong. It's wrong in a country like South Africa to incite racial division.
And for that to happen, you need a party that really governs in a fair way and be there. Other than
Yeah. Yeah,
the ANC is doing at the moment.
yeah, maybe we don't need parties anymore. I think we've tested the party system for 30 years. It doesn't work. Now we have all sorts of people positioning themselves as potential leaders or
Mm.
presidents of South Africa. What we need, the people of South Africa need to come together and ask themselves, what kind of country do we want? What kind of country do we want, so that all South Africans can be nurtured to feel this they belong. There's a place for them under the South African sun. They can grow up here, realize their potential, and work for South Africa. Even those South Africans who've left the country already, who are in the diaspora all over the world, we need to build this country in a way that they are proud to say, I'm from that country. I want investors to go there. I want tourists to go there. I want to support this country. But they're not going to do that when the kind of messages that leave that country are the negative ones that divide people, that make them, even because a lot of them might have left, but they have family, they have loved ones
Mm.
in South Africa. They talk to these people. It's not like they said people who've left South Africa are suddenly cut off entirely from South Africa. So they read South African media online, they follow developments in South Africa. We need to give them reason to be proud. But with this sort of things, we're not giving them sufficient reason to be that.
You see, the irony at the moment is that the democracy that should have freed us is busy killing us because it's keeping someone in power that is actually killing us.
Yeah, I think that we should also end with the era of winner takes all. The majority is not always right. People think that the majority is always right. That's not true. The majority. We need to have a fair system, especially in a diverse country like South Africa, that says we know we have great values in South Africa that are enshrined in the Constitution of the Republic,
Mm.
but the values on their own will just be a list of things on a paper if we don't live them. If there's nobody in the front at the top who leads, who sets the tone as per the Constitution. Right now, the president set the tone as per the Constitution of a political party, and when the president speaks, he says our people. He's not talking about the people of South Africa. He's talking about his people who are in the ANC, or sometimes who are black people. It's nonsense. It needs to stop. South Africa, we can't keep doing things over and over again the same way and expect different outcomes. Something has to give. So we don't just need another political party. That's what I'm saying. We need a whole systemic change in the way we do things, in the way we run South Africa.
I have always maintained that most people in South Africa, black and white and colored and Asian, most people want to live together in a harmonious way. They want to live in peace together. They are
Hmm.
prepared to give each other a place in the sun, warts and
Right,
all, um,
right.
sometimes with their own mistakes and so. But most people wants a peaceful existence.
Yeah. I think so too. But the thing is, people need to realize that it's one thing to want a peaceful coexistence. It's a different thing to do something about it.
Mm,
We People have to wake up, register to vote. They have to, I always say, and I'm not ashamed to say this, we had a post-colonial South Africa, we had a post-apartheid South Africa. Now we need to unite to create a post-ANC South Africa. Because while the ANC continues to control the policy making, the budgets of South Africa, we can't change the way we do things. We also need to take away, there are too many powers in the head in the office of the president, because
mm.
we thought everybody was going to be like Nelson Mandela. But when you put someone there with unresolved childhood anger issues or self-esteem issues and make them president, you end up with people making important decisions on emotion. We need to remove those powers so that nobody can have so much power on their hands that they can just go around and do whatever they want. That's what we need to do.
So let's end this discussion.
Yeah.
We agree that something like Kill the Boer doesn't earn any
It's
existence.
unacceptable. I think I will be disappointed if AfriForum doesn't appeal this thing. If they have to take it all the way to the Constitutional Court, let them take it to the Constitutional Court. Because first of all, there's a confusion as to whether it was the Kill the Boer or Kiss the Boer. Kiss the Boer is not a historic song, therefore you can't defend it on the basis of history. If this judge defended a Kill the Boer, there's something wrong with this judge. This thing must be appealed. It must get to a point where it's clear that you cannot, in the context of South Africa or anywhere in the world, it is a matter of fact, sing a song and encourage people, as angry young people, to sing a song that says we're going to kill other people. You can't. It's wrong.
Solly Moeng, thank you very, very much for your time. All the best.
It's a pleasure. Thank you. Lovely to talk to you again. Okay. Bye.
Nuuspod, die tuiste vir Afrikaanse stories agter die nuus.